Hello everyone and welcome to another Starcraft 2 replay from October Gaming. I'm October, bringing you a Zerg vs Zerg matchup. We have Slayer's Cella, formerly Cella in the top right hand corner, playing yellow Zerg. Slayer's Cella, I'm sure we've all heard of the unfortunate events that transpired with the Wera clan, so if you are familiar with the Starcraft 2 kind of tournament pro scene, you should know about that already. There were unfortunate circumstances for that, but Cella now joining the Slayers clan. I would say the most popular Slayers player would be Boxer. If you don't know who Boxer is, you need to watch a few more replays. But so Slayer Cell in the top right hand corner. In the bottom left hand corner, we do have Root Bubba. Bubba being the red Zerg in the bottom left hand corner, and Bubba is a very, very high level player as well. It's really interesting to see ZvZ matchup. I don't think I've done one yet, so we're going to get this underway. It looks like a gas actually being brought up and canceled by Slayer's Cella. But we are at, looks like 13 supply for both players, and nothing crazy yet. So no early pool, no early gas or anything like that. So let's see, things are going to start happening here. People are going to have to make some decisions. Bubba actually going for the extractor first on 14. So, and actually Slayer Cell is going to be doing the same thing in the top right hand corner. He's also going to be grabbing a gas. Meanwhile, these two overlords slowly going to be meeting up in each other in this kind of weird pit of doom. If you guys have ever actually looked at it, I don't know if you guys can see the electricity that's kind of shooting out from these pillars. It's kind of crazy. It makes you wonder what the hell is going on down there. But that being said, we do have Root Bubba dropping the spawning pool and going over to Slayer Cella, obviously a spawning pool going down for him as well. So it looks like actually fairly similar setups from the two players. I would say that probably the first thing to go with all that gas is going to be Zergling speed, although that remains to be seen, obviously, what is actually going to be happening. Look in the production tab. We should be seeing queens popping up for both players as soon as their spawning pools finish. Let's see if that is going underway. We actually have, as soon as the spawning pool finished, Bubba went for the Zergling speed. So Zergling speed, a queen, and 6 Zerglings on the way for Root Bubba. Meanwhile, the identical thing happening over here for Slayer Cella, getting the queen, getting the Zergling speed, and getting the Zergling. So actually a Baneling nest coming down for Bubba as well. So it looks like he's pretty confident in this build order. It kind of set up pretty darn well, just because he's able to get that speed, he's able to get that Baneling nest in such succession. Wow, I had a hard time saying that one. With such succession that you'd think that he's actually got this build order down pretty well. Zergling's going to be meeting up in the middle here. It looks like 6 on 6. Who's going to have the better surround? It looks like Bubba might have had a little bit better surround, but Slayer's Cella going to be covering, bringing more Zerglings in, but just not going to be able to do it for Cella. So Bubba's going to be able to push those Zerglings back. Meanwhile, back at home base, we do have a Roach Warren coming up for Cella. So one player going for Banelings, one player going for the Roaches. We're going to see how that turns out. Kind of rock, paper, scissors fashion, which one is going to win out. So Cella continuing to produce Zerglings, 10 Zerglings on the way. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, kind of right outside of Cella's base, Bubba actually going for 6 Banelings, and it looks like, wow, they're actually going to be intercepted before they can finish. And oh my god, did you see that? Right as that cocoon finished for Bubba, exploded about 8 Zerglings, so that was definitely worth it there. Slayer Cella, after losing those 8 Zerglings, looks like he needs some static defense. He's going to be throwing up a spine crawler. Meanwhile, Bubba coming in with these 2 Banelings. I don't know. Oh, they're not going to be able to get back to the mineral line, but 2 Roaches popping out. 3, 4 Roaches now popping out. Going to be able to try and repel. Are they going to be able to get these Banelings before they blow up? No. Oh, no. All those drones are in the red for Cella, and Bubba coming in with his Zerglings going to try to harass that mineral line further. Looks like he's comfortable just going after the drones, focusing in on the low health drones while the Roaches clean them up slowly but surely. The attack was repelled, and the spine crawler was actually canceled by Cella. But at what cost was Cella able to repel all of Bubba's forces? Looks like Bubba does have 4 Zerglings up here in the top left-hand corner, reinforcing it with 4 more. Four more yet again going up to the top left-hand corner. So it looks like Bubba's going to continue this aggression. Meanwhile, he does have a lair in place right now. He is throwing a spine crawler down in his mineral line. So Let's see, Cella looks like he is continuing to go with roaches here. In the map, looks like these Zerglings came up, took a peek at the base. These roaches are on the hold position at the top of the ramp, so they're not going to be letting anybody in. Let's see, Bubba looks. I'm interested to see what he's going to be doing with these Zerglings. Is he going to make some more Banelings and try another push? Is he going to expand? I'm not sure here. Look in the production tab. Bubba is taking his second gas and going for a lair here. So it'll be interesting to see what he does with that. Looks like he is throwing down 2 more spine crawlers in the front, just in front of his lair. So it looks like he just wants some static defenses, probably going for Mutalisk, I would imagine here. If he is grabbing that second gas, maybe a one-base Mutaplay. And he is, in fact, going for the one-base Mutaplay. He does have a Spire dropping in the back of his mineral line. Slayer Cella also getting a lair, also getting his second gas, but he does have roaches as opposed to the Zerglings of Bubba. So I would say that I like Roach and Mutalisk, obviously, a lot more than I would prefer Zergling Mutalisk. Although, you know, you never know. If you're mixing it up with Banelings, Zerglings, you get good surrounds, you have Mutalisk support, that might be able to beat out Roaches. So we're just going to have to see who's got the better macro, who's got the better positioning with their armies. Bubba actually taking this evolution chamber right here, pairing it up with these 3 spine crawlers that he's created, and actually made a pretty promising wall at the front of his base, at the top of his ramp. He's going to be able to safely go into this Mutalisk production mode with 2 gases running. The Spire is almost complete. He does have almost 400 gas, so he's going to be able to pop out Mutalisk quite quickly. Slayer Cella actually going for a Spire as well. It's at almost about 40% right now. So we're going to see similar builds, similar playstyles, but again, those roaches are kind of the X factor in this whole thing. So Bubba actually coming up here with Zerglings. I don't think he's going to be able to penetrate this roach wall. It's now got 1 spine crawler for support. They're going to come up and take a peek. These roaches and a spine crawler are actually going to be able to take down a Zergling. So nothing happening there. Bubba actually has control. Let's go to his view. He actually has control of both watchtowers, so really good vision on the field for Bubba, and we do hear these Mutalisks spawning. So going back to the everyone vision, we have 4 Mutalisks on the field for Bubba, kind of going all the way up here. Roaches on the field for Cella. It looks like he wants to try to take control of a Xel'Naga watchtower, but these Mutalisks are going to repel. Obviously, the roaches cannot touch the Mutalisks. 2 queens now in the base for Cella. Is he going to be able to repel this? Yes, it looks like he will be able to repel. Give himself a little bit of time while he tries to make Mutalisks of his own. He does have 4 in production. Bubba has 2 in production. So Bubba looks like he's going to be pretty comfortable just kind of sniping out these overlords, possibly forcing a supply block on Cella. It looks like Cella actually taking 3 Mutalisks and going out against Bubba's 5 to try to do some type of damage to these Mutalisks. Actually, wow, did you see that? That was a transfusion from that queen to that Mutalisk that almost went down. These 2 queens coming out, they really want blood. They really want these Mutalisk kills here. Bubba actually bringing in more Mutalisks, and oh, here comes a big battle, but oh no, Bubba able to get a full surround with those Zerglings on those queens. That was just a complete misstep by Cella, overextending his queens. 1 more Mutalisk coming in, and Slayer Cella GG's. As soon as those queens went down, he did not have enough Mutalisk support in the air. The roaches can't do anything about the Mutalisk in the air, and Bubba was just able to overpower with 1 base Mutalisk play. So, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. This is October. Check you guys later.